So, all right, so we are live?
We are, yeah. Good to
Okay.
go.
And we are able to get started.
All right. Okay.
Call the meeting to order.
Good morning. Welcome to the Finger Lakes Economic Development IDA meeting. It is 7:32. Call the meeting to order, and first on the agenda is introducing guests. So welcome, Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce Haberfield is here from Finger Lakes Rails.
Morning.
And then we'll also introduce Marisa. Maybe run around the table if you don't know. You probably don't know everybody.
Not quite. Not
Okay.
quite, almost.
So Marisa is this is her first official board meeting with us. So if we wouldn't mind running around the table and introducing ourselves to her.
Steve Boisvert. Nice to meet you.
Dory Jensen.
Steve Meyer, counsel to the IDA.
Mike LePerry.
Okay.
Amy Story, President, Cape College.
We've met before.
Yes,
Jesse,
okay.
how you doing?
I'm Marissa, we just met, I'm Janice Scott.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, and thanks for being part of the board.
Thanks for
You're,
asking.
you're just as busy as the rest of us, so appreciate the time. Chasing around kids to hockey and.
So much hockey all the time.
Travel hockey?
Both, yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 kids, 1 goalie. The youngest is travel and house. So.
Oh,
And
boy.
the oldest is house and JV varsity. So
Oh,
we
boy.
keep it going.
I bet.
Yeah, I think there's youth, there's travel and youth sports, and then there's hockey travel, which
Yeah.
Our baseline.
yeah, which is completely different,
Yeah.
whole different level. All right.
So I don't know, we talked about changing the agenda, so we'll move our executive session to the end of our meeting.
Yeah, we will need an executive session, but just for our guests, instead of making them wait for a long time.
Sure, good idea.
We'll move that towards the end.
Sounds good. Then the first item on our agenda is approval of minutes from last month.
So moved.
Thank you, Janice.
Second.
Thank you, Amy. Any discussion? Any corrections? Hearing none. Can I have a vote to approve? All in favor, say aye.
Need a
Aye.
motion.
Oh, I'm
Wait.
sorry.
We did?
Yeah.
Janice.
Sorry. I'll be quiet again.
Aye.
Aye.
Alright.
Aye.
Very good. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Thank you. We have 2 sets of meeting minutes. Do I need to do a motion for both? Okay.
You could do.
The January 29th meeting minutes. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved, Janice.
Second.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you,
Paid
Amy.
attention that time.
Any discussion? Corrections? Very good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Very good. Motion passes. Changes in agenda we already talked about.
Well, we got a couple more though.
Okay.
So, we are going to, delete, it's not necessarily an action item, but we will delete Finger Lakes Rail Pilot. And then add, on-brand lease.
What's on?
It says on board lease. Is that the
On
same?
board
design lease.
It's on brand.
On brand.
Oh,
Okay.
So never mind, we'll just adjust the second one from on board to on brand. And then add another one for, part-time employee request.
Okay.
This date is not correct.
Yeah. I noticed that. That's why.
No,
No worries.
I don't think it's a big deal, but.
no, but I'll correct it before Mike puts it on our website. You'll have to re-put it on the website.
That's it for the
Fix
agenda
it.
changes? Steve? Is that it for the
That's it.
agenda changes? Okay, very good. Finance report, go ahead.
Yep, I have Total bills to be paid today is $787,000, $906,906.34. Consists of check 6780 and 6817 and E222 to E227. That includes the payroll. I also have two checks, 382 and 383 from Finger Lakes Horizon in the amount of $1,658.50. I don't know if anybody had any questions on any of the reports.
Did get, it'll show up next month. We got, we did receive a couple checks from a previous solar project, that the capital investment amount went up. So that'll show about $80,000. It'll show next month. So this month doesn't look super great due to this the payment of the flooring and New York State retirement, but next month should look a little better.
Any questions? Can I have a motion to approve the financial report?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Jesse. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Amy. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Motion passes. Steve, status report?
Doreen, do you have
Doreen?
anything?
I don't have any.
Just a couple quick updates. This Saturday is the Penny and Wing Walk. So 8 restaurants, well, 8.5, we're gonna call it, restaurants participating. Lake Life Brewing decided to add chicken wings to their menu after all the restaurants had signed up. So they're not an official member. I don't think they could technically be voted for or won, but they are gonna be a part of it, so. Some of the 500 attendees can venture over there and check out the brewery and try their wings, and they'll be an added member for next year. Ticket sales were just as good as they have been in the past. A slight hiccup on the platform that we were selling them on. It caused some headaches the day of sales. They were supposed to go on sale at 10, and it was the actual Eventbrite website that had a glitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. Got some people upset by it, but totally out of our control. But by noon, they had tickets listed on a different platform, and they were sold out within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 2. So, but everyone's still excited. Should be a great turnout. Another good event. Community table, the bridge dinner. We met with that committee just this week. Applications for the beneficiary to receive proceeds from the event are going live at the end of this month. So I know a lot of us wear multiple hats. If you're involved with a nonprofit and want the application sent directly to you or to that organization that you represent, I'm happy to send that out to you. Application will be due at the end of March, and then we'll make a selection in early April. The event will be held on September 6th this year, this Saturday after Memorial Day. Ticket sales are usually around April. And then I had a Genesee Finger Lakes Regional Planning Council meeting yesterday. They're working on their new strategic plan, their economic plan. They have to do it every 5 years, so they asked for volunteers to join the steering committee to sit on and help develop the new next 5-year plan. And I signed up to join on that, so another committee that will be sitting on to help the region, potential federal grants out of for the whole region come out of it. So looking forward to that.
Very good.
Yeah, that's an organization that plays a pretty important role regionally that we haven't had a lot of interaction with, not for any reason other than just what their services that they've been offering, we haven't had a need to really utilize. So, but it's good to have some input with what they're doing. Sure. I'll try to go quickly so that we can get to the stuff. On the just updates on the conference in Albany, the EDC conference in Albany. I won't really highlight any additional information on that unless there's questions. Steve, Weber was there as well. One thing that has come up that came up in the board meeting, I don't think it got discussed in the public sessions, but at some of the state changes, and Steve can probably speak to some of this a little bit. When we have to do another, when our next pilot approval comes in or request comes in, we have to add to our decision process whether or not or how that company is, correct my language here, Steve, but are they making child care facilities available to their employees, for their employees? They don't have to have child care. We just have to basically ask them if they're.
So it's a consideration for
It's
you.
just an additional and it's tough because when this first came out, again, IDAs, generally there's that retail prohibition that IDAs cannot incentivize retail projects. So the issue here is if you just had a straight 100% childcare facility that came in and wanted benefits, we'd still have to try to find an exception. So it's kind of a chicken and the egg type thing where it's like, you know, as Steve said, you basically just will add a line item in our application. You know, are you providing on-site childcare? If yes, you know, explain. That's really the extent of it at this point.
Is it a requirement, no, just a
Nope.
consideration?
No, just a consideration.
But there was some discussion as to whether or not, the way the language is written, whether we have to actually add it to our UTEP, which is our standard policies around universal tax exemption policy, which requires not as big of a deal for us if we have to update it, because you have to send it out to every affected taxing jurisdiction, which, you know, there's not a whole lot of them in Yates County. But one of a woman spoke up, I assume she's from the Long Island and New York City area, and there's something like 85 taxing jurisdictions that they have to send this out to. And the way it's written, it seems like it's gonna be changed again fairly soon, and so you spend all this time sending the information out only to likely have to do it all over again. So it's, but I bring that up. And the other thing that they're requesting us to do, which we need to update on our side, is when we project out what the incentives and capital, the company investments are, they want us to do a net present value calculation on that, which makes some sense, but we haven't done it in the past. So we just have to add that as another element to our calculations, which isn't a big task. We just haven't done it before, and it gets a little tough to do because you don't know what tax rates and such are going to do and assessed values are going to do. So that's why we haven't done it to this point.
You're gonna question the value of that in this context, but whatever.
I agree.
Right.
That's the whole fight going on right now with the new prevailing wage that came
Yeah.
in a couple of years ago. Is there's arguments that saying we need to basically net present value pilot benefits, but like you said, it's kind of hard because you don't get pilot benefits on day one. It's over 10, 15
Exactly.
years. and
I mean, you can
it's
do
difficult.
it, it's just I question
The
I don't know how
The
useful it
value,
is,
value,
yeah.
Right, what is the value, right?
Yeah. And I guess the only other thing I'll add is that we're continuing to push forward on the leadership development program. It's that's getting quite a bit of positive reaction in the community about trying to get that to go. There's different groups asking to speak to me about it. I met with Dr. Lambert at CUCA yesterday, who's going to be launching a student leadership program at CUCA, and wants to see how there's a potential to tie in or at least have some collaboration events, definitely like a mixer event or something like that. So pretty excited by it. Hopefully we can get that launched this fall. There right now where we are is kind of it's in here, but sort of the core development, what the structure will look like, the topics will look like. And the challenge right now is that there's so much to try to cover. We're trying to wrestle with it to get it to a more manageable program. So it'll be once a month for probably 10 months. Hit, my goal will be have it like 60-70% sort of professional development skills, and the remainder being more community awareness, community engagement elements. And those numbers might they'll lead into one another for sure, but just now really trying to wrestle with the structure of it looks like. So,
Steve, is there any partnership opportunities with the Masters in Leadership that CUCA offers out of the business department?
could be.
Just thinking excerpts of curriculum, so you don't have to recreate the wheels for whatever you're training.
Great idea. Yeah, because there's like who creates it is the first what we're going after now. Then there's like who owns this program.
Mhm.
We're launching it. I don't know that we necessarily have to be the ones to own the program. A lot of other, various different groups own their. Sometimes it's the chamber, Genesee County. It's actually done through Cornell Cooperative Extension. So it doesn't have to be through us, but who owns it, who manages it, and who keeps updating it, that sort of thing. So
Yeah, I don't know what what your topics are, but I don't know if they overlapped with the Masters in Market or in Management Leadership that we're doing. I don't know if there's an option there, but not saying that we should be the
No.
sponsors of it, but just consideration.
Yeah. That was it. When I said what I will do instead of taking times, I think we'll probably run out of time. We'll forward everybody where we are with the website and design on that thing, because I think by the time we get everything switched over and transferred, we'll run out of time with Janice here. So
My links didn't work
no.
when you
So
sent me
we'll-
that, so would love to take a peek at it, but I couldn't open it.
That really is it, unless there's any questions.
Okay. Very good, thank you. On to action items. We do have a change in the agenda. The Finger Lakes Railroad pilot is no longer on the agenda, and we'll go to on-brand design lease.
I will just real quick on the reason that's being taken off right now is we're having some discussions with Finger Lakes Rail and just on the future of the rail line itself as it extends mainly from the Himrod yard down into Penn Yan. So it came up very, 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 very last minute, and as of like 1 o'clock yesterday, so have not had time to actually get it to set out to the group, but we can definitely have some further. We will absolutely need to have some further discussions about it. But as we currently have the pilot scheduled, it will not look that way. So.
It'll be on next month, do you think? Agenda?
Hopefully. Hopefully. There's a lot more work to do with it now.
Okay.
And it will definitely take a whole lot of discussions, I think, to get us to a point where we can have something to approve. So,
Okay.
we can cover some of it in the next few weeks here as we get moving here.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't know, there's not too much I can say publicly just yet. Yeah, but anyways, on brand lease. It's a 6-month lease. It was in Doreen's management report. I don't know if there was any questions. It's $275 a month, which includes utilities and internet for Suite 106. It's one of the front offices.
Do we just need to vote?
Yep, just need a
A motion to approve the lease?
I'll second.
Very good. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion approved. Thank you.
Next one's a request which I haven't discussed with personnel or finance or anything yet, so if we need to push off, we can. But Brendan Finn was here at the last meeting, I think, was our field period student from CUCA College and did I think, a really, really good job at helping us through some of the website design and our branding messaging and such. His field period has ended, but we still need to do the stuff that was designed. And with everything else on the table right now, I can easily see us doing what we've done in the past with our branding and website updates, which is nothing. So it just falls to the wayside. So I have talked to Brendan about, he's willing to, he's a soccer player, so schedule's a little tough, but just 10 hours a week helping us out on getting some postings out and working with us to sort of finalize the website implementation and blending it in with our branding message. So it would be at $15.50 an hour. I would say for 3 months anyways to get it started, see where it is, 10 hours a week.
I make that motion. That sounds awesome. Yeah, be good to have him be here.
I agree, since you worked out so well. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Marissa. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, motion passed. Awesome.
I guess one last quick thing, we will get something out to you very, very soon. I'm getting a little nervous. We wanted to do a public annual meeting in March. I'm getting a little nervous over whether we're gonna be able to pull that off in time. Again, with everything that we have on the table right now. I think we still can, but I will hopefully get something out. We're wondering if we push it into April. We still have to have our formal annual meeting within the first 90 days, but doesn't mean we can't still have the public presentation, that sort of thing, a month, 2 months later. You can really do that at any point in the year.
If we could not do it in March, I won't be here.
Okay.
So April would work best, unfortunately. March
Okay.
Madness is, I got tickets to Providence, Rhode Island, so I won't be around, so.
I'm gone for much of March as well.
Yeah.
No, all right, well, it's starting to become more clear. Okay.
Weather's
People
better
get
than
a
me.
little weird to me, but we'll figure it out.
I'm gone the week of, that our meeting's scheduled.
So Steve is not gonna be here when our meeting is scheduled, our regular March
Falling apart
19th
with
meeting,
that
so.
Yep.
All right, so expect a flurry of emails on schedule.
Okay.
It's here. So we will.
Sorry, Steve.
No, that's it's 2 weeks in or 2 months in a row here too.
Steve, just a quick question on the annual meeting. Is it something you could combine in a way with the new, the new member, new people in the neighborhood meeting, whatever you call it?
Oh,
Right,
Welcome
have
to Yates County.
yeah, welcome to Yates, and then, I mean, you can make it, they don't have to be held hostage for that part of the meeting, or do one part first and then do the welcome to Yates thing, or something like that. Just combine them so you're just marketing one thing
Yeah.
and trying to get more people there. In April, it sounds like. Perhaps early April.
Coming from a marketing professor, what a
Mhm.
great idea. But that then sets it for that first, when do you do that? First Thursday in April or month, so that would set the date for.
I don't know, is that a bad thing?
I don't know, just,
That'd be April 3rd.
I mean, it would be good to market that starting earlier,
Yeah.
right, than later.
sure.
doesn't buy us a whole lot of time, but
Or you can do May 1st.
all right, we'll see. We're still trying to manage out the location too.
Why?
Just to see, like, we're thinking outlet 111, but I'm not sure we'd have to limit how many people we'd have. Some years that probably works, because I think we can do about 70 in there. Some years we get a fair amount more than that, so it's a little bit tougher if we want to hold it there anyways, so.
It's too dicey for the outdoor area to
Mhm.
spill into it. Yeah.
Definitely in March.
Yeah, right, or April. would be it.
Yeah, there's a couple other locations, we just gotta, there's a number of different places we could easily host it and have that many, and be able to fit it.
Yeah, I'd hate to limit the number of people.
Yeah.
If we do have to limit it, then make it like the wing walk, like register now or you won't get a seat. Create some sense of coolness to be
Yeah.
there.
If you miss out.
What
Forget
are
it.
you laughing
You're
at?
not
We
going-
are so cool.
The rest
I don't
of the
know what you're laughing at.
So cool.
I always say the dumb things.
Okay.
All right.
All set for the moment? Yep, we're
That's-
ready.
yep.
And we do need to enter into an executive session.
For purposes of potential sale of land and potential legal, I forget the right terminology, is legal issues, potential legal issues. So, Bruce, if you want to hang out outside, this will probably be the full 30 minutes or so.
I
but,
I do need a motion.
to
We need a
move into
motion to move
executive
it.
session?
Thank
I'll
you,
second
Amy.
that.
Thank you, Jesse. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Thank you.
Oh, you gotta
First,
make it
right.
right
It's
first.
gotta be
Easy,
on the
easy.
record.
I don't wanna hear anymore, Steve.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Steve gets back from vacation, gets hit with the
All hell
railroad
breaks
stuff.
loose.
Where'd you go in Jamaica?
Sandals, Royal Caribbean, Montego Bay.
Montego. That's where we usually go. Is Montego Bay.
We're
Okay,
good.
I need another signature.
Motion to
Okay.
leave executive session.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
We
Thank
gotta
you.
invite our guests back in.
You can, but we're done. We can just
Just
do the motion to
next
adjourn
meeting,
now.
Okay.
will be a flurry of emails to
Well, yeah,
reschedule.
we will send out the date for the next meeting shortly.
Okay, and annual meeting.
It will not be the 19th.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Have a
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. Thank you.
Well done.
So I kind of, I think Facebook stalked you the other day. So you're like you do like big time projects. Like I was